Hey boys and girls, it's Ron Bass with another edition of Soar High Personal Development, your source for inspiration and encouragement. Joining me today, Mr. Davin Hunley.
That's me.
Our producer.
That's me. Hello.
Mr. Producer.
Mr. Producer.
Mr. Producer of Soar High Personal Development and Soar High Entertainment.
Yes.
Busy guy.
Very
busy guy.
But it's okay. Comes with.
Maybe I put too much pressure on you. I don't know.
I do it. Yes,
Maybe
but I also
too much
do it
pressure
to
on
myself.
yourself.
I do it to myself, but yes,
you.
you do it as well. It's okay though.
So pressure. People do put a lot of pressure on themselves. You think that's healthy?
Yes and no. There is a healthy amount.
What's the good part?
You'll get things done. You'll be proactive.
What's the bad part?
You'll get bogged down. You'll get overwhelmed. You'll start to have this sense of like there's too much going on.
Too much going on.
Just a little bit. It's just a touch.
I have a friend that sent me a message the other night, and it said, "I have too much going on, and I don't know what to do anymore. I'm going to put it in God's hands." He was so stressed out. So that's what I'm asking. Like, what's the good? What's the bad? What's the ugly?
That's the bad and the ugly.
But
right
I think in his case, it was drugs and alcohol also. Maybe a little bit of depression. Maybe some bad choices. You got to get in the gym. Sorry.
I agree.
You got to go to the gym. You got to work out every day. I don't care if it's just 10 minutes. Walk.
Something.
Get on the treadmill. Get on a bicycle. Hike. But really, truthfully, the best thing to do is pay $10 a month, go to a gym, spend 30 minutes a day. Just put it in your schedule.
Yeah.
You'd be shocked at how much better you'd feel. I promise you. I've been doing it for a long time, and there's no comparison compared to what I felt like before I did that. But so much for the preaching. Today's topic is living with regret or not.
Or not.
So I've been thinking a lot about this because you made a statement the other night about what it's going to be like at the end of your life if you don't pull the trigger. Looking back at your life and realizing that you didn't fulfill your goals. That's a horrible, that's a horrible thought. Think about that. You're laying on your deathbed and you know your life's oozing out of you. You know you're dying.
Yeah.
And you reflect and you think, golly, I wanted to do this and I wanted to do that and I didn't. And I don't know why. And now I'm dying and now I can't ever make that happen. And I have such regret. Man, I can't do that.
No.
I can't live like that. I can't live with that thought.
No. That's why I'm here.
Isn't that crazy?
That's why the pressure's okay.
How many people do you think wind up like that?
Too many.
Too many.
That's too much of something right
That's
there.
sad, isn't it?
That is sad. And it's just because they didn't want to pull the trigger.
Well, I think, and why don't they want to pull the trigger? That's what I want to delve into. I think people tend to quit on themselves in midstream. It gets too difficult. What do you think?
I think people tend to quit on not only themselves, excuse me, but also like the people around them. You know, there's thoughts.
Wait a minute, what do you mean about people around? You mean they quit on people? They give up on their friends? They give up on
their friends, or their friends give up on them.
But that's not what we're talking. We're talking about giving up on yourself.
Okay.
That's number one. If you're not comfortable with yourself and on top of your own game, nothing else matters.
I agree with you.
Right or wrong?
I agree with you.
Why do people give up on themselves? What's up with that? And midstream, a lot of times people go pretty far in life and then all of a sudden they just stop. Why?
See, that's what I was trying to say. I think sometimes it's the environment around you that makes you stop.
Okay,
yeah.
So bad influence.
Yes. Bad choices. Drugs, alcohol,
women, gambling, pornography.
Yeah, work, overload of work. Sorry, I couldn't.
But Ron, they'll say, "But Ron, you don't understand. I have depression." Well, I do understand. I've had depression, anxiety. I get all that, but it's a chemical imbalance. So what do you do about that? When you know that your workout is a big deal, and or getting management through counseling, medication,
a mentor, somebody you can talk to. It doesn't always have to be that quote unquote professional.
I don't think it's ever going to be perfect though, Devin. I think I've read too many stories about people that actually commit suicide that are very successful people, but depression is just so overwhelming that their life is so miserable that they just figure that's the only way out. And I understand it. I hate it, but I can understand it.
Right.
There's got to be, ways to counter that, though, to make you not feel that depressed. I would think, but maybe not. Maybe in some people's cases, it's just the way it is, and nobody can stop it. Nobody can do anything about it. I'd hate to think that's so, but look at all the suicides. I mean, it's like, I don't know what the number is, but it's a lot.
Yeah, it's sad. It's just like...
Would you have the nerve to pull the trigger to kill yourself?
No.
I wouldn't.
I couldn't do it.
I think I would prefer just to live with the heartache, but maybe I'm wrong. Because I've never had that much depression.
I don't know.
To that point. But I guess if you were in so much pain, wouldn't you consider that as a way out?
I've got split opinions on this. I don't know.
It's tough to talk about.
Well, it's more or less like sometimes I've had a buddy who someone close to him had committed suicide, and my buddy said that was the coward's way out.
No, I don't believe that.
Well, see, that's what I'm saying. There's so many.
I think it's the way out because you're in so much pain.
Exactly.
And life is so horrible.
But it's all about the perception of it.
Well, no, I think you feel the pain.
I agree. I'm not arguing that point. I'm more or less saying like when we're talking about just the opinion, like here on the podcast, okay. I'm talking about like present tense, present perfect tense.
So let's get back to what you said. The reason you think that a lot of people quit midstream to pursue their goals is perhaps because of bad influence. So how is it that people get connected with these kinds of bad influence people? What causes that? And what can you do to avoid that in life?
Man, that's tough. I don't know.
Is it maybe you give in to somebody else because you care about them, like a woman perhaps?
Yes.
Maybe she's bad for you, but you're in love with her and you just tolerate it.
Yeah.
And that pulls you down. It pulls you down. It pulls you down.
I think that goes with friendships as well.
Or a woman with a man, either way.
Right. Or even just friendships. Like there's friendships that can pull you down, but you think they're really nice because you've known them for a long time.
And you want to help them.
Yeah.
And the next thing you know, you get sucked in.
Exactly. And then
seems like we've been there a few times, huh?
You know? That's why it's hard to say because we have good people around us now.
We do.
So I really kind of forget how it feels to have to watch over your shoulder. You know?
And they're lurking.
Exactly.
They're around every corner, man. And they take advantage of people that are good natured.
And they're always listening too. I teach the boys. I tell them.
When you said the boys, you're talking about your artists.
My artists. Yes, the
Soar
boys.
High.
Soar High Records, Entertainment.
Yeah. YouTube channel, Soar High Entertainment. Soar High Records is our YouTube channel, or our Facebook channel.
Yeah.
SoarHighEntertainment.com is our website.
And Soar High Records
is on our YouTube channel. Yeah, YouTube.
And we just put out a new music video.
We did.
For Vent.
It's beautiful. It's a great video.
SMGAK featuring Hoodie Sway Q.
I love it.
So.
And we've got live shows coming up all over the place.
Yes.
So
5 off the top of my head right now.
A lot going on.
So that's good.
Good stuff.
But back to
this. Back to why people give up on themselves. I think, like you said, you have to have good people around. So then we're back to one of my main topics, which is to suggest that you have to have mentorship. You have to have somebody you can sink your teeth into, that you can hang your hat on, that you can believe in, that believes in you, even when things are going bad. Mm-hmm. Somebody that you can visit with and it brings you back up again.
Exactly.
Because you're going to have plenty of disappointments in life, plenty of distractions. I don't care who you are. It's just life.
I agree.
No matter how great things are going, you're going to have things happen that are going to pull you down.
I agree with you, and I'm
not negative. I'm just speaking from experience.
No, I agree. I think that the mentor.
I'm a realist.
The mentorship is very true. I don't think I would be in my life where I am right now without your mentorship.
Well, thank you, sir.
Personally, but that's just my own opinion.
I appreciate that.
And I feel the same with the artists as well. You know, if they didn't have our mentorship, you know, we've created such a great opportunity, and they know that. They respect that, and that's what I like about them. They're good character, good-natured young men. So
there's another old saying, "The proof's in the pudding." So you know where that comes from? Pudding in the back, there was bread,
right?
And you put it in the oven, it would proof. It means it raised. Right. So is that a cliche? Is that what you call that?
I mean, maybe a cliche, yeah.
The proof's in the pudding. What it really suggests is that the proof's in the result.
Yes.
So if you can talk all you want, but the reality is if you're not doing the right stuff, it's not going to turn out. So the proof's in the pudding. If you can, don't talk the talk, but walk the walk.
Yeah, exactly. You got to do both. You can't just pull up hot and then
Anybody can run their mouth.
Exactly.
But are you doing what it takes to get there?
Bing bong, bing bong.
Bing bong, bing bong.
The song.
Bing
bong, the song.
I love that song.
People won't know what we're talking about because it won't be named Bing Bong.
But someday they'll know more about our company and, our music, and
that'll be fun.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun to start something from nothing and let it grow and develop and become something.
Yeah,
it's exciting.
I agree.
And then all the haters, it'll be egg on their face.
Man,
always going to be haters.
Hey, it's a sad day for them.
I had a guy tell me one time, "You don't have a dream. You have a wet dream."
A wet dream.
I'll never forget that.
Man. Pardon my French, but fuck that guy.
Golly, man.
I know who we're talking about.
Yeah, I know
fuck
you do.
that guy.
I know you do. So, how about this? How about some advice along the lines of not giving up on yourself? Finding a mentor. Maybe take a break if you're going through some crap.
I agree.
But don't give up on the goal, guys.
No.
Take a break. Take a month off or a week off or a day off. I'm just saying you might have to if you say you're sick and you're struggling with some kind of disease that might take your life.
That's true.
It's going to be hard to focus on your goals when you're trying to save your life.
Yeah, that's true.
But that doesn't mean when you get back to normal that you got to get back on the horse.
I agree with that.
There's an old saying, I'll never forget this. When I was coming along, one of my mentors said to me, "Ron, always remember to ride out on the horse you ride in on." I'll never forget that. If you're good at something, stick with it. You can do other things, but run with that. Mm-hmm. Always run with that.
I agree.
Make sense?
I agree with it. That's why, as an artist, when people are like, art isn't work. It doesn't. It's not. It's just a hobby. Art is just a hobby to most people. So when I say I'm a producer, they all kind of are like, "Oh, that's nice. That's nice. What do you do for your real job?" And I'm like, that is my real job.
Yeah.
That's what I'm running with.
What I do.
That's the career,
That's your career.
So I agree with that. Like, you got to stick to it. You got to stick to it.
So, guys, if you run into trouble and you're not feeling up to it, just take a break sometimes, and then you'll get back on your horse again. There's always a way.
I agree.
I think people, the old saying, if there's a will, there's a way.
Yep.
You can never give up. You just can't.
I agree.
Sometimes we feel like giving up, but you can't give up.
No.
Sometimes you're like feeling burdened and like unsure of what's going on, but in the end, you just have to suck it up, man, and get back on the horse and keep going forward. You can never give up. 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 You have to believe enough in yourself to know you can ride out the storm.
I agree.
Whatever the storm is.
I agree.
And you're probably going to have storms in your life, man. I don't care who you are. I don't care how rich or how poor or how successful or how well known or how popular or it doesn't matter. You're still a human being with feelings and emotions and struggles, and that's life, man.
I agree.
The key is to stay the course and not give up and keep moving.
Keep going.
And so I say all that to say this, man. You have to set goals, as you know I do. I set goals once a year. I write it on the back of a business card.
Yep.
One goal is financial, one goal is personal. I date it, I sign it, so it's a legal binding document to myself. And then if at the end of that year I haven't reached the goal, I just reset the date. It ain't complicated.
No.
And here's the deal. The psychology is this. You become what you think about. So every time you reach into your pocket and you feel that card on the back, let's say in your billfold, you recite the goal, you become what you think about.
Yep.
It's a law.
I agree.
Of psychology.
Yes,
it's not a theory. It's a law.
I already know.
It's a law.
I already know.
So get a business card out, and on the back of it, write it down. Your personal goal and your financial goal, and date it and sign it. Give yourself 1 year. If you haven't reached it at the end of the year, just reset the date. Everything I've ever accomplished, I know this is crazy. I've been doing this for 30 or 40 years, is on the back of a business card. That's crazy, isn't it?
That is crazy.
But it's true. And sometimes you don't even realize why you're so motivated. But the reality is you're motivated because you become what you think about. And you become that person, and that goal has to become a reality.
Yes.
It has to.
It does.
It's kind of crazy, I know, but it works. So, at any rate, I don't want you guys to be the guys that at the end of your life, you're laying there and you realize you haven't accomplished nearly what you'd hope to. You just can't do that. You have to believe enough in yourself to stay the course no matter what. And they don't have to be big goals.
No, they can be small goals.
Small goals. How about if you're obese, you want to get back to a normal weight? How about that?
How about getting out of bed? Getting out of bed is a huge goal for most people.
How about making your bed in the morning?
Yep.
Every morning when I get up, what do?
Make your bed.
I make my bed. I've never told anybody that, but I learned a long time ago, if you stick to a strategy like a schedule,
Yep.
it's just a lot easier to get to your goals because it builds up over the course of time. You build better habits.
I agree.
It's not complicated.
No.
Really, success isn't all that complicated. It's just being consistent, work hard, have good mentorship, be around good people.
The number one rule to success is just not giving up. And I know that's
Not
preached
giving up.
everywhere, but it's just, most people won't know that until they realize it. You just got to go after it.
You know what else is crazy? Once you reach your goals, then you set new goals.
Yep.
You're never satisfied.
No, never.
You have to keep setting new goals every time you reach a goal. And it doesn't have to be crazy, but you have to reset the goals. To retire is to die. You have to always be having a reason to get up in the morning. And a goal will accomplish that.
I agree.
I don't want to get up. I'm tired. I don't feel good. But I have to because, I have to reach this goal. And if I don't, who am I? Besides that, who are you if you're not that guy?
You just described my entire morning. It's, afternoon, but it's wake up, play on my phone for 30 minutes, and it's like, I should go back to sleep because I need sleep. And it's like, I want to go make music. So then I go make music for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours.
But that's who you are. You are music.
It lives and breathes me.
You are music. I brag on you all the time, people.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. And people, and over the course of the next few years, everybody's going to know who you are. Mm-hmm. You're that guy. And people like you don't come along very often. It's unusual. But with your background and your determination and your mindset, and you put all that together and your ambition, that's just the way it works out. You don't have to be anything spectacular to be successful, but if you've got these traits, you're just going to be that much better, that much quicker.
Exactly.
Some people just have the gift, and you've got the gift, man.
I wish I would have started earlier. If I would have started
earlier, you're plenty young. You're okay.
Yeah, I'm just saying, imagine if I would have started earlier.
How about me starting jiu-jitsu in my 60s?
Exactly.
I mean, really? Who does that?
Imagine if you started
when I was in your age.
Yeah.
But the thing is, you can never go back. To the older people out there, I don't care how old you are, man. You can do anything you want to do. It's supporting it up to you.
Yep.
I'm not saying you get there quick or it's convenient or comfortable, but I promise you can do a lot as you get old. You don't have to give up. You don't have to give up. You don't have to give up. You don't have to give up.
You don't ever.
All right, Dabo, how are we doing on our time?
We're right at time. Actually, it's 20 minutes.
I like it. So we're going to close out. What do you got for closing thoughts? And remember the topic: living with regret or not. You have to make that decision.
Only you can make that decision.
Only you can make that decision.
No one can make it for you. Don't let someone from an outside source try to plot against you. Just continue to stride for your goals always. Always.
Be true to yourself.
Yes, stay true to yourself. I'm big on the environment thing. We've talked about this a lot. I'm very huge on what you allow to pressure you. Like peer pressure, 100% real. It is a real thing. I have had experiences where people have tried to peer pressure me to do things like whatever it is, and it's just like, no, I just don't want to. Whether it's like do shady business, whatever it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like business world, friendship world, relationship world. There's been people that have tried to peer pressure me to do plenty of different things. And you just have to
follow your heart, man.
Yeah. Go with your gut.
Go with your gut.
Go with your gut.
It's probably not always right, but it's probably more right than not.
Yep. I've learned that. If you have this odd feeling, just don't do it. Just don't do it. If you just get that weird feeling, just say no.
All right, guys. So we'll wrap it up by saying a couple things here. Soar High Personal Development. is on the YouTube channel. You can go to Spotify and listen to the audio, Apple Music, what are some of the other
Amazon podcast.
Amazon podcast.
Kindle, I want to say, something like that.
So you get the idea. Spotify's the biggest one, I guess. If you don't want to watch us on YouTube, you can listen to us. And just remember, if you don't give up, the stars, they'll always line up. So until next time, stay positive.